Kia ora everybody, and welcome back to Nick's Crochet Craft. Today I want to have a wee look at probably one of the first things we should be learning when we are learning to crochet, and that would be the slip knot. The slip knot is a stopper knot used at the beginning of our work when we're working in chains, and it stops our work from unraveling itself. There are many ways to begin a slip knot, so this is the way that I find the easiest. So we grab our working end, we make sure it's a bit long, a few inches will be good, and we wrap it around our thumb like this, and make a wee cross like that here, and we just want to loop that thread over our thumb and pull it through like that to create a wee loop. And then when we've finished that, we can just slip our hook in here. So I thought that I would record some of the other techniques to make a slip knot, but upon attempting these techniques, I realized I had completely forgotten how to do them over the years of doing the one technique that I had gotten used to. So I recommend that if you don't find my method of doing a slip knot very easy, to Google and have a look around and find a different method, because everybody will find a method that they just click onto, and it is easy once you do it. But I have forgotten how to do any other technique, so the way I do it again is holding the working tail this end, yarn around my thumb, hold that one over here, pull my thumb under and pull it through, place it on the hook. And from here, what I'd like to show you is how to do a wee foundation chain. So a foundation chain is just a row of chain stitches. Chain stitches are the smallest, easiest stitch to do in the crochet dictionary. So all it is a yarn over, pull through. And that's it. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Now when you're doing a foundation chain, I'd recommend you do your stitching a little bit looser than you normally would, or use a slightly bigger hook, just because they always tighten up, and when you start working into them, they start stretching a little bit and they'll get a little too taut to work into, and you'll start struggling, and you'll start struggling to get your hook into the space, and it may affect the way your work turns out in the end. So when you start working your next round, you will either work into the top two bars there, or sometimes, not often, or not usually, but sometimes I prefer to work in the back humps of the stitches there. I find that if this is going to be kind of like the edge of my working, having it look like the round of stitches, the top of a round of stitches, is much neater than having that at the end of the work. I find that it just looks messy for me. Some people like the effect that it has. It might work for whatever project you're working on, but I prefer to work into the back humps so that this is the side that's facing outwards and it just looks like a row of stitches. And that is your foundation chain. I don't know what else I can teach you about it. Ka pai. Thank you for tuning into my wee video today. If you found it helpful, please chuck us a like and subscribe for more future content. Tutorial suggestions are always welcome in the comments. I have a lot to cover, and I'm not quite sure where to go next sometimes, so some direction is always welcome. And other than that, look after yourselves, and ka kite anō.